And so we continue.
Suddenly, Uncle Tolya sprinted out of the area, scalded by something he had encountered. Confused by our presence, the officers arrived, ushering us to the police station. Uncle Tolya departed with the group, leaving us to wait anxiously. Relatives soon arrived at the station. Veronica's grandmother on my wife's side, unable to accept the tragic loss of her daughters, didn't bear a recognizable expression. Eventually, my mother arrived, first conferring extensively with the officers before approaching me. "Let's go anywhere but home," I pleaded with her, sensing the gravity of the situation. She understood and suggested staying at Grandma's or a hotel. That night, we sought refuge in a hotel. Subsequent events unfolded as the police discovered our neighbor's demise, attributed to wild animals in the forest during winter. I kept the monster's existence secret, only confiding in my mother for trust and safety reasons. Her initial reaction questioned the validity of my story, attributing it to a childish prank. However, realizing the sincerity in my words, she reassured me of her belief in what I recounted. "I'm creating this, you know. I trust you." Fear exaggerates, my mom says. "Has Veronica spoken about this?" I shouted back, objecting to her relying on a 6-year-old's perspective. I put myself in my mother's shoes, realizing how foolish I appeared. The neighbor's house was up for sale after the incident. Veronica now lived with her grandparents, but the past event left a lingering impact on me. I struggled to focus on studies. Sleeping became uneasy, always with a light on, ready to jump at the slightest rustle. I yearned for the holidays to arrive, craving relaxation and peace. My mom contemplated taking me to a doctor, concerned about my well-being during the persistent third quarter, but I didn't do much. I'd lie around with my phone, spending late nights on the computer or hanging out with friends. One evening, I lost track of time while chatting with a friend, and suddenly it was past 9 p.m. His parents returned, offering to take me home. But I declined, preferring to walk. Vadik escorted me to the gate as I walked home, engrossed in music, anticipating an hour or so before my mom's return from work. As I approached home, the end of March felt anything but spring-like. Everywhere, ice and frozen snowdrifts persisted, dampening my mood. Entering the hallway, I noticed the chilling cold outside hardly concerned me. Yet in the dimness, movement outside the window caught my attention, an eerie sense of something amiss lingering in the darkness. Looking around, I noticed the street had plunged into darkness. Lost in my thoughts while heading home, I hadn't realized the lights were out again. What if it's our place this time? I wondered. Immediately, I dialed my mom's number, anxiously awaiting her response. She answered promptly, clearly alarmed when I inquired if she was home. "No, I'm at work. What happened?" she asked, sensing my urgency. I urged her to go to Grandma's and called a taxi for her. "Try contacting the police about our place. You never know, burglars might have gotten in," she replied, her words sounding less than convincing. The following day, news broke about the gruesome discovery of 2 mutilated bodies in our neighbors' houses. What struck me was that while the police squad investigated our address, they found no one, suggesting the possibility of the perpetrator targeting different victims later. Summoned by investigators, my mother and I faced a pivotal moment that led to a change in our residence. Despite selling the house at a significantly reduced price, it was a risk we couldn't afford. There were no reassuring faces among the potential buyers, leaving us wary and uncertain of who might be targeted next, especially considering the recurrent power outages.